In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to design a professional looking business website. Here are the results we're aiming to achieve. So without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need before you even start designing your website is great hosting. The company I highly recommend is Siteground. It is highly optimized to work really well with WordPress and also Divi. So let's take a look at the plans and see which one is best for you and how you can sign up for it. All right, so over here we have 75% off. That is if you use my link in the video description below. So please check out that link and get your discount. All right, so over here we have these plans. I'm just going to click here on view plans and take a look at our plans. All right, so when I go down here, we see we have startup, grow big, and go gig. What I highly recommend is go gig because here you get more space. So as you can see, it's 40 gigs of space and more visitors. And also all the way down here at the bottom, you also have white label clients. This will be ideal if you want to design websites for others. So I'm pretty sure once you're excited about designing websites, you are going to be designing websites for others. So whatever happens here, don't go with the startup because this one here only gives you one website. All right, so you can just choose between these two. Okay, so the other reason why I really like Siteground is because they have an automatic backup system. Now, I'll tell you a quick story. When I used to design websites back in the day, I was using GoDaddy, I think. And when my websites were hacked, I was really stuck because I had to redesign those websites. And these things do happen. So the advantage that you have with Siteground is they automatically back up your website. So if something does go wrong with your website, you can always go back and restore it. And it's very, very easy. All right, so let's take a look here at our plans. So what you need to do when you get to these plans here, you can just say, for example, for this one, get plan. Now this takes you now to this page. So this page here is very important and it is important that you choose the right thing. So if you don't have a domain name here, you can just make sure you choose the right one, which is register a new domain. So you would come over here and enter your domain name. So I know that mac.co.uk is taken. So in fact, there are more options here. Extensions, so there's .co as well. So let's say I choose that and I hit proceed. It will tell me if mac.co is available. So here you can see it's telling me the domain name is not available, which is okay. So you have to keep looking here until you get a domain name that is available for you to register. Now, the advantages of doing it here is you register your domain name and it also works with the hosting all in one place. But if you have a domain name separately and you've registered it with another company, that's fine too, because over here you can just click on I already have a domain. So let's say this is my domain name that I've already gone ahead and registered. Then you need to click here on proceed. So this now will take us to the next step where we need to enter all our information. So first of all here, the account information is the main account information for Siteground. This is what gets you into the Siteground dashboard. It's very important because we're going to need two dashboards. So the first one here is for Siteground. The second one is going to be for WordPress, and I'll let you know when we get there. All right, so this is where you need to enter your email address and your password and also confirm your password. So make sure you write this information on the side and double check your email because if you put the wrong email, pretty much you're in trouble. Okay, so you make sure you have the right email entered over here. Okay, so moving on. This is where you need to enter your client information. So you need to enter your country, your first name, your last name, and pretty much that's it over here on this side. And then you need to enter your address. Now, when it comes to entering your address, it's very, very important that you enter the correct address. It's very important because your credit card has to match with your address. All right, so moving on, we are now here on our payment information. You enter your card number, your expiration date and year, and then your CVV code and cardholder's name, of course. And then finally, over here, this gives us our summary of how much this is going to cost. And as you can see here, this is the 12 month and this is the best deal. If you want, you can take a look here, the 24 months and so on. But of course, it's telling us the best deal is the 12 months. So I would go with that. Okay, so once you've chosen that, I would ignore this for now. You want to make sure you click on I confirm and then pay now. Now, once you pay, everything goes through, you will get an email. That email will just pretty much confirm everything that you've done in your purchase and also give you the username and password to the Siteground dashboard. So that's where we're going to go now. Okay, so I'm going to click on login. I'm gonna enter my password. All right, great. So now I'm logged in. The next step now is to come over here to websites. This is very important because this is where we get to set up our website. So if you want to take a look at all your websites, this is where they're going to be. So you can see I have web design with Mac. This is a real website. In fact, I could show you quickly what it looks like. Okay, so here's my website. Okay, so back over here. So this is where all your websites will show. So if you want to add a new website, you'd come over here, click on add new site. Next, you want to click on temporary domain. You don't really have to connect it right away with your existing domain. But of course, if you want to do that, you can just come over here, hit select, you enter your domain name here, and then click continue. But I want to do temporary domain here. And you can see this is the URL that's going to be installed on my temporary domain. Now, when you set it up on a temporary domain, it doesn't mean that pretty much you're stuck with that. There are ways to then connect it with your real domain name. So you can actually connect your name to the temporary domain and everything should work fine. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to hit continue. So here we have two options, start a new website or migrate. I'm going to click on start new website. And now we have these options, WordPress, WooCommerce plus WordPress. This one here, forget about it. We don't need the Weebly one. Okay, so I'm going to click on select. So now this is where you enter your email address to log into your WordPress dashboard. Now, remember, I mentioned that we need two dashboards. One of them is the one we're in right now, which is the Siteground, and the next one is the WordPress admin dashboard. So this is the one we are setting up now. All right, so we need to enter our email address here. So I can just set up my email address like that. Enter your password here, or you can actually generate it. But I would rather enter my password because I normally forget my password. So you enter your passwords here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then you want to hit continue. Okay, so I'm going to skip this for now and then click on finish. So what's going to happen now is my site now is being created and it only takes about 2 minutes. So this is the WordPress installation. So my WordPress is going to be installed now. It's going to be a brand new version of WordPress. So once WordPress has finished installing, this is what it's going to look like. As you can see, it's pretty plain. There's nothing going on here. So let's log into our WordPress admin dashboard. So to do that, we want to add WP-admin. So this is what you need to add just above your URL up there. I'm going to hit enter. Now it's asking me for my username and password, which I'm going to enter here. So in this case, it could be your email address. If you've used your email address, you enter your email address and password. This is what's going to take us into the dashboard. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's my password. This now has logged me into my dashboard. So the first thing I normally do when I get into my dashboard here is to just clear things here just to make it a bit more tidy. So I'm going to dismiss this and then I'm going to come over here to the top and click on and uncheck these. I mean, I don't really need all these items here. So I'm just going to drag this and now click that to close it. And as you can see now, things are a bit clean. Okay, the next step now is when we take a look at our website here, I'm just going to hit visit site. Okay. When you take a look at our website here, there's no pages. Pretty much it's just a plain website. And to confirm that we have no pages here, you want to come over here to pages and click on all pages. So all we have is just this privacy policy and sample page. So let's delete the sample page because we don't really need the sample page. So to trash it, I'm just going to click on that and now it's gone. Let's start adding all our pages now. So I'm going to click on add new. So my first page is going to be the home page. So I'm going to call this home and publish. I don't want to put any content onto our pages yet. This is going to be something we're going to be doing later on. Okay, great. So I've hit publish. Next, I'm going to click on this W here. Let's add another page. So this time my page is going to be called services. So I'm going to enter my page name here, services, and hit publish. Great. So my services page has been published. I'm going to go back over here. Let's add another one. So far, these are the two pages. If you want to see your pages, just come over here to pages. So this will show you all the pages. All right, let's add another one. So this time it's going to be the about page. So I'm going to call this about us. I'm going to publish it. Click on this W. Now let's add our contact page. So I'm going to type in contact and publish. Excellent. So we have now added about 5 pages on our website. This is great news. So what I'm going to do now is to show you something that's very important. So over here, when I refresh this page, you're going to notice that we don't even have a menu here to see all our pages. And this is what we're going to do next. So back over here on our site, I'm going to click on the W and then I'm going to come to appearance, click on menus. We need to create a brand new menu, which will then show up over here on the top. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's give this menu a name. I'm going to call this main menu. Okay. We're going to assign this to the primary menu, which is going to be our main menu. Okay. Once you've done that, you want to click here where it says create menu. Great. So our menu now has been created. The next step now is to add the pages to the menu. So I'm going to say view all because I want to see all the pages. So now I can just select the pages. I don't know why there's 2 home pages here, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. We only need to choose one. Click on add to menu, and then you can rearrange this and make sure you have them in the order that you want. So now I've rearranged them. I'm happy with that. I'm going to hit save. Now my menu is saved. If I come to the front of my website now and refresh, notice what happens. Now I have my links here, and when I click on the About Us, it takes us to my About Us page, Services page, Contact page, and so on. Great. So everything seems to be working fine, but we have a slight problem. Over here, when I go to my main site, the .com, you notice that it's showing Hello World. This website by default is designed to show all the blog posts on the main page. We need to change this because we want our own design to be on the main page. Let's go ahead and do that. So back over here now to my site, I need to come over here to Appearance. No, in fact, I need to go over here to Settings and Reading. Next, click on Static Page, and we want to link the static page to our home page. So what we are saying here is our static page is going to be our home page. I'm going to hit Save. And now when I come over to the site, right now I'm on my main domain. Okay, if I refresh this, boom, now we have a blank page, and this is where our home design is going to be. All right, so now that we have this all set, you can see now that with WordPress, this does not look very attractive. This is where now a page builder comes in. And as I mentioned before, there's several page builders out there. There's Elementor, there's Breezy, there's quite a few out there, but the one that I highly recommend is Divi. Okay, let's take a look at Divi. Okay, so here I am on elegantthemes.com. So I'm going to log into my account. But before I do that, let me just show you the pricing. This is going to amaze you. Now, over here on the pricing, take a look here. $89 per year will give you unlimited websites. Isn't that awesome? You can design as many websites as you want with just one payment of $89. But of course, this is recurring. But if you decide to go for the lifetime access, this is $249, and you will get all the updates, everything pretty much for free. Okay, you only pay once and that's it. Pretty much you have access to everything. And I will assure you, once you sign up with Elegant Themes, you will not regret it. This is the theme that I use, and I recommend it for you too. Let's go in and let me set it up for you. So over here, I already have an account. So I'm going to come over here to account. And the first thing I'm going to do is to download the theme. So I'm going to click here to download it. And you can see it's downloaded here on the bottom left of my screen. The next step is to come over here to my account, and we need to copy our API key. It's very important that we do that. So I'm going to scroll down here, click on API keys. I'm going to click here to copy. Okay, so now that I've copied my API key, I'm just going to close out of here. We don't need that anymore. Back over here to my website now, I need to install Divi. So to do that, you want to come over here to Appearance and click on Themes. Next, you want to click on Add New. So there's two ways we can add our theme. We can click here on Upload and click on Choose File. If I choose File, it's going to open up a pop-up where I will navigate to my Downloads folder. But you know what? I have a quick way of just dragging and dropping it here. This is just way easier. I'm going to click now on Install Now. Now, Divi is going to be installed. So next, we need to activate it. Right. So remember, we copied the API key. Now we need to enter our API key. So we're going to come over here to Divi. Just hover over here and click on Theme Options. Click on Updates. Enter your username. Now this username is in your Elegant Themes dashboard. Next, you want to paste your API key. Click on Save Changes. Great. So now we've entered our information. The next step now is to go in and start adding all our pages with our pre-made designs. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. So I'm going to come over here to all pages. So I think what will be easier here is to open up all our pages in their own tabs. So let's go ahead and do that. So this one here, I'm just going to say edit with Divi, but I'm going to hold on my command key. If you're on a PC, it's Control. Just hold it down and then click on it. It's going to open up in a new tab. Do that to the next one, the front page and services. Okay, so now we have all our pages in their own tabs. It's very now easy for us to go in and just start designing it like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start designing this. So let's start with the About. So when you first start using Divi, you're going to get this pop-up here. So just go ahead and click on Start Building. Next, there's 3 options. We have build from scratch, choose from a pre-made layout, and clone existing page. Now, we want to make things very easy for us. We want to use the pre-existing designs. These are called pre-made layouts. They have all the pages and they're all well designed for us. All we need to do is to add them onto our pages, and then we can add all the content that we need to that. All right, let me show you. So if I come over here now, I'm going to click on choose a pre-made layout. So as you can see, we have hundreds of pre-made layouts here, hundreds of designs. So you want to choose the layout that goes with the type of website you want to design. So in our example here, we are designing a business website. So I'm going to come over here to business. Great. So all the pre-made layouts that we have here are all to do with business. So I can choose pretty much any one of these, and you just need to choose the one that really looks appealing to you and then go with that design. So you can see here we have law firms, we've got doctor's office, we have job recruiter, digital marketing, and so on. So there's quite a few here to choose from. So all you have to do is to choose the one that works with your market. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose a layout. So let's say my website here is for a business consultancy. So I'm going to choose this one here. So remember, we're on the about. So if I click on that, it's going to show me all the pages that correspond over here. So you can see these are all the pages that are already designed for us. So I'm going to choose the about. So there we go. I'm going to click on use this layout. So this layout now is going to be imported onto my about page, which was initially blank. So in a moment, you're going to see a transformation of this page. So we're almost done now. And here we go. So we have the check mark that shows that everything is good. So now if we take a look at our page, it has been transformed because it has all this information on it. So look at that. The layout has already been done for us, and everything looks really, really good. The beauty about this as well is you can go in and delete any things that you don't like. For example, on the about page, I don't think I need the get in touch here, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. Okay. Other than that, everything else seems to be okay. So once you're happy with that, just go ahead and save. So I'm going to save it here, and then I'm going to close this page. Let's move on to the contact. So for the contact, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to choose a pre-made layout. So we're going to click here on choose pre-made. I'm going to choose business to narrow this down. Click on my layout, and I'm going to choose my contact. Click use this layout. Great. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Close that. Move on to the next one. Click on choose pre-made. So this is our home page. So this is going to be our main page. I'm going to go ahead and choose my layout. Here it is. So when you use these layouts, make sure you use pages from the same pack, because if you use different packs, you are going to have a problem because you're going to have different designs with colors that don't work well together. So make sure you use a pre-made layout of the same pack. All right. So now this is our home page. I'm going to come down over here and choose home. I'm going to click on use this layout. Okay, great. Our home page has been installed. I'm going to save this. Next, I'm going to come over here to the services page. Click on choose pre-made, and just like how we did before, I'm going to go in and add my page. All right, so my services page has been added to my page. All I have to do now is to save and close this. All right, so this is now my main page. Now, once we finish designing, you just have to click here on exit Visual Builder. Okay, great. So this now has all our pages added. So I have the about page. So if I click here on about, it's going to take us to the about page. So you can see here, all our content has been added, which is brilliant. So we have now a skeleton, which we can go in and start adding all our content. Next, we also have our services here. So this is our services page, all looking beautiful, well designed. Okay. And then finally, we have our contact page. So on the contact page, all we need to do is to go in and add our API key for Google Maps to work. But if you don't need the map, you can always go ahead and delete it and just add a normal image. All right, so back on the home page, this is the page that I need to go in and do some customization so you can see how we can design this page. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on Enable Visual Builder. So what I'm going to show you here is exactly what you need to do on the rest of the pages. So once I show you how to make these changes, it's going to be very easy for you to go in and do that to the About, Services, and Contact page. All right, so now we are logged in. What I need to do next is to go in and customize this image here, because ideally I want this text here to be over to the left. So I'm going to click here on this gear icon to go into our module settings. Now for my settings panel, I need this snapped over to the left. Okay, so over here, you can give this a different title. Let's call this Mac Business Consulting. So you can see my title has updated here on the top. Okay, so if you want to update this here, you can just say, it says here, take your business to new heights. So I'm going to say, take your marketing to new heights. So the reason why I'm just amending this is so that you can see where you can do all these edits. So now I'm just changing this to levels, and you can see here it says take your marketing to new levels. Okay, now let's take a look at this button. So here it says learn more, and the other one says get started. So this is button 1. It says learn more. So we can say more info, for example. And the one that says get started, you can say pay now. I'm just adding this here so you can see that this is very, very easy to make updates to. All right, so let's say I'm happy with that. Now, in regards to the design itself, if I come over here to design and click on layout, you can see here everything is aligned to the right. Ideally, we need to align this to the left. So if I do that, it aligns to the middle, and then this aligns to the left. Okay, so I prefer it this way. Now, let's say I want to change this image that's in the background here. Just click on content, go to your background. And if you come over here, this is the image that we have. So let's say I want to add my own image. I can just delete that. Click on this plus button, and I'm going to look for an image on my computer. So I'm going to come over here to upload files. I'm pretty sure I have an image that I can use, which is on my local computer. So next, I'm going to click on select files. And I need to go to my downloads, which is where I am. Okay, I have this image here. I'm going to hit enter. And now it's being uploaded. And let's go ahead and upload the image. Great. So now I have my image right here in the background, which is fantastic. So now I can hit save. Next, we also have this information here, get a free consultation. So we can go in. I know there's an animation that is added here. I really don't like the animation, so I'm going to go in and change this. So to change any of these things, what I found easier is to just click on these 3 little dots here and then click on View Modified Styles. So this will show you what has been modified. So if I scroll down here, I can see everything that was modified, the button, the background colors, pretty much everything here. And this is where we have the animation style. I'm going to say none to that and then save. So now we won't have any animation to this. So I've quickly gone in, added my image here, and I've just shown you how to go in and customize this. Okay, so moving forward, all these areas here, you can go in and add your own text. So just click on this gear icon, and then you can just start typing. So just like that, it updates in real time over here on the top. If you want to change the size or the colors, you can just click here on this paintbrush icon. It will take you now to the design tab where you can go in and change the colors. So you can see here as I am updating this, the colors are changing. Okay. And if you're happy with that, just click on save. So you can do this pretty much to every single module. Go in, click here on this gear icon, just hover over it, click on the gear icon. It takes you into the actual module where you can go in and make changes. For example, here on the address, just click here on this gear icon. And again, this is the address. You can go in and update the address, change everything that you need to change. And once you're happy with all the changes, all you have to do now is to save. Okay, right. So you may be thinking, okay, Mac, what is happening here on the footer? The footer doesn't look nice. How can we update it? How can we change it? Let me show you how you can create your own footer. Okay, so to create our own footer, what you need to do is to, first of all, save this. And I'm going to come back over here to business. And all the way down here, we need to go into the theme builder. It's important that we go into the theme builder because we need to go into the global footer. So what we're going to build now is going to be the footer that applies to the whole website. So I'm going to click on build global footer. Now let's start designing it. So I'm going to start off by adding a new row. Click here on the row, and it's going to be a text module. Great. So in here, I'm going to give my title of my first column. So let's just call this our business. I'm going to hit enter. Next, I'm going to add some dummy text in here. And for our business here, I'm going to go in and make it a heading 2 like that. Now, let's say I need to go in and customize my font here. All I have to do is to click here on this paintbrush tool and then choose the font that I need to use. So I'm going to go with Playfair. I think it's called Playfair Display. Here we go. Great. So now that I have my font here, I can also customize it here, make it bold like that. I can also change the colors. So let's go ahead and add our color. Now, if I need to customize this text here on the bottom, I can just click here on this paintbrush, go to my text, and make sure I choose the tab because this is these are the bullets. So I'm going to click here and set it to semi-bold. And I'm going to make my text very light. So white won't really do. So I'm going to go with a light gray like that. Okay, great. So that's going to be my text. You may be thinking, well, it's going to be very difficult to read on this light background. Well, I'm going to change the backgrounds to something else. So I'm going to come over here. Now on the top, I can click here on section settings and then click on background. And this is where I can add my background. Now you can see now everything really stands out and it's much easier to read. So I'm not going to go with a full black. I'm going to go with a dark gray. So I'm going to go with something like that. I think that works great. Next, I am now going to save this and go back into my row settings. So in here, I can just duplicate this about 4 times, maybe even 3 will work. So these are going to be my 3 columns. I'm going to save that. Now, let me show you what you can also do here, because ideally you want these links to link to pages. So to do that, just go into one of these. Now you need to highlight the link like that. Click on this chain icon and add your link just like that. Okay. Now, if you hit OK, we now have created a link. You need to do that to all the links here and make sure they are linking to the right page. Once you're happy with that, just go ahead and save. And let's save this one more time. Now, let me show you what happens when we close, save, and go to our main page of our website. So I'm going to say visit site. All right. So now we have our main landing page here. When I scroll all the way down to the bottom, you are going to notice that now we have this footer, which you can go in and customize however you want. Next, I'm going to show you how to add your logo. So let's go ahead and do that because, of course, every website needs a logo. All right. So over here, what you need to do is to go back, click on dashboard, come all the way down here to Divi, and then click on theme options. To add your logo, all you have to do is you can see here we have this option for logo. It's the very first one. Just click on upload and then find your logo. So I'm going to use, let's go with this one right here as our logo. I'm going to set as logo, save changes. Great. Now when I come on my website and refresh, our logo has been updated. Just like that. So that is how you build a website. Easy, really fast. And we've done this in pretty much, less than half an hour. So you can see how easy it is to use this. I know I've covered quite a lot here. I also have a course that comes with this. So if you buy Divi using my affiliate link, I'll also give you access to my Divi Mastery course, which just gets you up and running. And pretty much in a very short space of time, you're going to be a Divi pro. So go ahead, build your business websites. In fact, you can design any website you want. Let me know what you guys think in the video description below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.